Yo, what's up? We're now in MC Hammer, my Tesla Model 3, and I want to show you the latest update. It's actually been out for a while, but I've been busy, so I want to show you some nice feature they implemented in the Model 3 and I guess a newer MCUs. So if you look here, now I have version 2020 24.64, and well, there was one update after this one, some bug fix, I guess. Bug fist. But okay, let me see. Maybe I should move the camera a little bit so you see better. Okay, all right. So this one, I'll show you backup camera improvement. We now use these side cameras also. And then the next one is dashcam viewer. This is actually a feature I've been wanting for a long time. So they implemented so that there's a red dot showing you where the center mode event happened. Tune-in improvements. Okay, I don't use tune-in. Walkaway. Well, this one you can now disable the walkaway door lock when you're home, but I always lock the door anyway. So this one I tried it, but it didn't work. I guess we can try again. The on-road battery warm-up will now work for third-party fast charging stations, and there's a new language here for Portuguese. Oh yes. So and then all this there's earlier. So let's start with the Sentry mode viewer. You can now I have to zoom out again. Sorry, we have to go in different modes. Okay, there. So if you click here and then go to launch viewer. Okay, what? Why is it? It's not supposed to be that slow. Tesla is supposed to be super snappy. So this is weird. Okay, there. But yeah, okay, here we go. Is that recent? Yeah, okay, all right. So we have Marcus Biel here. He's just parked here, flexing with a. This is e-tron 55. No, this is e-tron 50 Sportback. So, oh, this is just. Oh yeah, I'm looking at the recent now. Yes, I forgot. So if you go to the list here, for example, this one. This is a Sentry mode, and you see now there's a little red dot there. So now it indicates where that event happened. So actually I look in the computer and I look at the files, and there's actually well, there's some other files here, but there's a thumbnail, but also there's a JSON. Oh, there. Okay. Oh, what the heck? Huh, interesting. You guys saw that flash, by the way. That was when it was activated. That was when Sentry mode was activated, but it's bugged because the dot does not correspond with where it happened. Let's see. Now let's wait a little bit. And there's also still kind of clumsy to skip. You can't fine tune to go right before there. So that's why I tend to wait until it gets there. Come on, soon enough. I think nothing will happen at that red dot. Let's see. Are we passing it now? We are right on the red dot. Yeah, you see? Nothing happens. So, I mean, as much as it does future... Okay, well, oh, it was the second one. Oh. Yeah, this is weird. This is really weird. I feel like it's a bit buggy, the whole thing. And now, you know, it's supposed to start near that one. Maybe not when you click like this, but let's... which was this one again? Okay, we skip close to it. No, you see, this is buggy. There's something buggy here because I drove before. Okay, this one is kaput. It's something wrong with it. Yeah. Okay, so obviously maybe I just delete it. So there are some corrupted shit here, but at least this one should work better. No. Okay, and then we get this shit. I don't know why, but why some of these are here, because these are recent and then Sentry. So this one works. Okay, see now, yeah, normally when everything is okay, it's supposed to start close to that red dot, and then I guess you have to wait. I mean, I can skip to a few seconds before, but it's so hard to skip. I mean, I can try. Let's see. There. No, okay, that was right after. Yeah. So it was that lady. She walked past it and she enabled, she triggered the Sentry mode. But when I look at my computer, by the way, yeah, back to the computer. So you have different, I have the Sentry folder and different events, if it's a dash cam or Sentry mode. And then if you go into that Sentry mode, you see we have a thumbnail. That's the tiny thumbnail we see in the viewer, and also a JSON file, and that in there you have the timestamp for when the event occurred, plus some GPS location and which kind of, I guess, what triggered the senti mode or something. So that info has been there a while, and recently they just implemented the center viewer to take the info into account. Actually, basically the timestamp. So this is very much needed as long as it works. You see, every time you skip, it will skip right. It will seem to skip about 30 seconds before the event happened. And then this is way better than before. I think it's that dude over there. No, wait, is it him? Is it him? Because you can usually see the reflection. The car will flash a little bit once it happens. Oh no, okay, no. You see, those guys triggered it. Yes. So it's way easier now to look through senti modes, and I can just, okay, nothing happened, then delete, then go to the next one, and yeah, you see, it doesn't always. Now this starts almost a minute before the red dot, so I want it to start right there. Maybe this is better if it started like that. But okay, this is always fun to watch and see what's gonna happen. Who's gonna trigger it? Wait for it. Who's that noob coming there? Holy shit balls. Look at them. Damn. Yeah, okay. So then we can delete that one. Yeah. So that was the center mode viewer. And then the next one we can try is, we know when you navigate to a third-party charger, it's supposed to precondition the battery. So right now the battery is at 21 degrees Celsius, and then if you look here, this is a fast charger. Well, the car knows it as a charger. It's Circle K and whatever, you know. Well, actually, I'm not sure what the car knows about this one. But when I try to navigate to it, and we put the car in drive, it doesn't preheat the battery. So I'm not sure whether I should, maybe I have to teach the car that that location is a fast charger, because I'm not sure if, because it doesn't preheat, but I'm not sure if it will want to preheat. So if you go to the closest one, which is this one, Liertoppen, will it preheat then? See, it estimate it will arrive at 69%, but maybe I have to do. Oh, look at that! Oh, look at that! Oh, preconditioning battery for fast charging. So that happens. Yes, I can see now in ScanMyTesla that it is in fact. Okay, let me show you guys here. Here, this means that it's well. Okay, maybe not power. I have to put the car in drive. Yeah, you see, it's burning some heat to precondition, and then from power, okay, but then if I stop here, cancel, there, it stopped the so-called, I call it the afterburners. So but when I navigate to other chargers, that doesn't happen. So for example, Ionity, I've gone to Ionity, right? Let me see, Ionity Dal over here, Kløfta, yes, Heimdal is further up, Dal, let me see. So I don't know if the car knows about the, yeah, okay, I've charged it before, yes, I charged it. So the car remembers this location, but does it know that it is a fast charger? Will it preheat? No, you see, I don't get that preheating thing, and we can also confirm here that there is no afterburner action going on. So, and I don't know, I have to test this further. Yeah, all right, but the last thing I want to show you guys is the backup camera. Oh yeah, okay, so maybe I should go a little bit further back, I'm not sure, but we can just cancel the navigation, that one. So now if you go, well, okay, oh, not all this there, okay, but oh, he's gonna buckle up. Okay, maybe I should buckle up. The nice thing now is that you have backup camera. When you are backing up, it will use more cameras. let's see. I go out. I drive now out of the garage, just to demonstrate for you. Okay, and then when I put the car in reverse, look guys. Oh, okay. So this is a new thing. It shows you. I think in Tesla term it's called the left and the right repeater, and you can for some reason do this, but I kind of want to have all of this. We want it, all of this. So when you back up, it makes it easier to spot obstacles or whatever. Actually, it's very nice because you don't always see everything in the mirrors and in the backup camera. So having those side repeaters are very useful. And see now, when we back up into the garage, have so much shit in here, then you can see stuff on the floor, on the side maybe. So, but you know, because the Tesla was not designed to have a 360 bird view, top view camera or something like that, not like the Leaf or actually many EVs, even the Honda E has it. Then they, well, I don't know if they can stitch this together with software. Yeah, see, when you put in park, that goes away, but you can actually go to you can go to the backup camera here, and you can have this running also while you are driving. So whatever that's useful for. So yeah, that's the 3 things I want to show you guys in this update. So some of them are very useful, some of them doesn't work or I haven't figured it out yet, and some of them, yeah, very nice. So I think that's gonna be it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching and talk to you later.